I am a 60-year-old certified nursing assistant, medical assistant, and activities director. I was in the medical field for over 30 years. Dr. Benton evaluated me and noticed that I had some build-up tension that wouldn't release. Even though I felt fine, he told me that tightness was emotionally related. He tested me and found out that I had a very emotional event at age 13. Oh my God, my father died at age 13. I was not allowed to attend his funeral. Now that I am in my mid-60s, I would feel sad or cry without even knowing why. I didn't know then, but the traumatic event with my father led me to attract the wrong kind of men in my life over and over again. My father died of alcoholism. Until this trauma release session given to me by Dr. Jeffrey Benton, which took me all the way back to age 13, I was dating the wrong guy. Not being able to go to my father's funeral, my mother would not allow me to go. I was holding on anger and resentments against the family for years. During and after my session, I cried for a long time, but it was a cleansing cry, and I am able to make peace with everyone in my family. It hasn't bothered me since. It's been 2 years. I wholeheartedly urge everyone to see Dr. Benton.
And one day, he went up, my daughter was having a sleepover with 4 of her friends, and he got up to buy them donuts and bring them back, and he never came back. The police knocked on our door and said that he had passed out in the car, and the paramedics were trying to revive him. I remember yelling at the doctor, "You can't be telling me this. This is not right." My daughter, who was 14 at the time, she passed out on the floor and said, he's supposed to walk me down the aisle. Who's going to do that now? It's just...
It got worse after my husband died about 10 years ago. So it just kept escalating and escalating. It was always there, but then the tragedy just made it worse.
A lot of it I don't remember because it was so painful and so devastating. He was only, he's in his 40s. This wasn't supposed to happen. His grandparents lived till their 90s and both sides. He had the best genes. He was never sick. There's nothing I would never have ever thought this could have happened. And I think about his death all the time. It's like it doesn't leave me. It comes, I'll be doing something and all of a sudden it just comes to me and it just drops me to my knees. I want to be able to remember it, but I want to remember it the happy times, and I don't want it to devastate me every time I think of him. I do have physical problems. My shoulders get tight, my head gets tight, I get headaches, stomach problems. And I think a lot of that is from stress. When I go to the doctors, that's what they always say, stress, stress, stress. And I'd like it to be relieved. But I think some of my pain is doubled because of my own history growing up, that it was not, my mother's death, being molested, just again, having no support. I've come to realize that support is everything.
Well, this started out, he had asked me, about the traumas in my life, and I told him, and one of the major ones was that my mother had passed away when I was 16 years old from a very rare disease that she'd started getting when she was 13, or when I was 13 rather. And it just got worse and worse.
There's many causes for emotional trauma. In fact, the word emotional trauma is a little bit of a misnomer because it's really a combination of physical trauma and mental/emotional trauma that sort of gets mixed up in the body. So what causes it? Just living life causes physical and emotional trauma.
And Dr. Benton, when he first started this treatment, he said, let's work on that trauma first. So we started doing that, and he was working on me to release the pain and the memories. And all of a sudden he told me, I want you to say, I am not responsible for my mother's illness. And I said that. And when we took a break, he told me, he said, I know you're not responsible, but sometimes people feel responsible. And I told him, yeah, memory just came up to me that my mom had told me that the reason I'm sick is because I have 3 bratty kids, and their names are Debbie, Danny, and Cindy, and they're in that order. And I remember how devastating that had been to me, that she thought I had caused her illness. And it was also amazing that Dr. Benton somehow picked up on that, because I had kind of forgotten about it. It wasn't really there, but once that memory was brought up, it was, like I felt all the pain of it again.
I didn't even know that there was such a thing that you could release the traumas. I just thought that always, I have to find out some way of just thinking better. I mean, you go to therapists and they have you relive the experience, but they don't tell you now what to do with it. And it's like, I know the experiences, I know what happened to me, but what do I do with it now?
Major depression, stomach issues, tight muscles, neck where I couldn't even put my hand over my head. Just not getting forward in life because I was stuck.
I have gone to countless therapists for different times in my life. And like I said, they never really helped. It always helps to kind of talk about your past, but then they never give you any tools, or they never tell you what to do. It's just like, and that, for me, it didn't release everything. It didn't make it better. I've taken every single antidepressant, I think, on the market. Never helped me, never did anything. The only thing that helped me at all was exercising. And so that's why I try to make it very much of a priority to exercise every day.
I believe that a lot of times medication masks the symptoms. Instead of you really feeling the event, and sometimes feeling the event is quite traumatic and it might be too much. At some times you need to have medication to dull that sensation. But after that acute healing phase, really clear it out of your system, I don't believe that medication will really get you there.
I feel hopeful that this therapy will succeed where everything else in my life has not worked for me. Like I said, I did not even know that this was possible. So I'm very hopeful that this will help me, like I said, release these traumas.
As an adult, I told myself, of course you're not responsible, but it wasn't enough. The child inside of me didn't believe that. I have a friend whose son is going through a very bad drug addiction, and one of the first things I thought about was, what if he could have come and got this treatment and been released from his pain instead of turning to drugs? Wouldn't it be a wonderful thing? I mean, instead of going through all this heartache for himself and his family, and it would just be a wonderful thing if everybody could have a release like this instead of having to go down a path that's destructive.
Okay, so we're going to have to order an MRI for this patient. for the lumbar spine. And I believe my next patient is here, and her name is Cindy. She is coming here for some emotional trauma release technique. And Cindy is 55 years old, and she has had traumas in her life. One of the bigger traumas in her life was that her mother got sick with an autoimmune disease and passed away when Cindy was only 16 years old. So that created several layers of trauma for Cindy. So one, having your mother pass away, is any loved one is already traumatic. This was also in Cindy's formative dating years, so her best friend, her confidant, her protector passed away. And what it also created in Cindy was a fear that anyone who she gets close to will pass away. So let's go meet Cindy and let's go do some magic. Hey Cindy.
Hey, Dr. Benton, how you doing?
Good.
How are the kids?
The kids are great.
Oh, that's good.
They're growing up so fast.
Oh, they always do.
Are you ready for some miracles?
I sure am.
Let's go do it.
All right, let's do it.
Good. Hey Marcos, I'll see you soon.
For years, I didn't understand that, and I think I did manifest, some negativity, But when you're in a dark place, you don't realize that. You don't know that. You just think, oh, what's wrong with me? I can't, you don't notice. You can't think positive. You cannot even manifest a positive thought. It's all negative, and it's all doom and gloom, and you cannot. It's a physical thing. You cannot think positive.
That was nice.
It was a big
My name is Anita Davis. I am a director of activities for a senior daycare center. And I met Dr. Benton about 8 years ago. I worked for him for 4 years. And during the time that I worked for him, I had a trauma treatment. I didn't know what it was at the time. And I said, well, I feel fine. And so he said, well, let me do a trauma release on you. And so I said, okay, let's try it. And as he was going down the years, I think he started at 30 or what have you, everything was good. And when he got down to age 13, I've kind of like tensed up and broke into tears. At the end of that, it was just like a cleansing and a burden that had been lifted. And it was just so amazing to me that somebody could go back in my life and dig that out of me. So he said, okay, something happened at age 13. I said, I can't think of anything that traumatically happened to me at age 13. And then as we got to thinking about it, it was my father. My father passed when I was 13 years old. And I wasn't able to go to his funeral because I guess finances at that time. And I held a big resentment against my mother. My father was in Texas, I was here, and so she just said no, that we weren't going to go. So I had no idea that I had held all that in all those years. We're talking over 40 years later, and it was like amazing to me. I started to cry, and I just couldn't stop crying. It was for like an hour or so. I just couldn't stop crying, and after the end of this crying and stuff, I just felt so much better. It was like a burden lifted off of me that I didn't even know was there, So I divorced my husband, and it's been over 5 years now, and my life is just exciting. I have the best life. I have a fiance today that truly loves me for who I am. I have turned into a very independent woman through this. I have 3 beautiful children and 6 grandkids. My children, my oldest, 6 grandkids. My oldest grandchild is 23, and my youngest is 5. My daughter is in the master's program and becoming a teacher. My oldest granddaughter is also becoming a teacher. And life is good, you know. Today I'm able to back them in what they're doing. You know, it's no more selfishness, because I was very selfish, you know, because I was angry. So today it's just not like that. It's like I live on a cloud today, you know, truly on a cloud. I have no problems, you know. I have some situations, but I don't have any problems. I would urge anybody that whether you know it or you don't know it, the feeling when I let go was like a weight lifted off of my shoulders, you know. I could see clearly and life got better. Truly my life got better. Like I said before, that I had picked a lot of the wrong guys based on that, you know, and today life is just good. My life is just wonderful, unbelievable. I had to wait until like late mid-50s in order for me to get my life straight, and it was all due to this trauma release. Thanks to Dr. Benton. I'll be forever in debt to him for this.
I worked on a lady that had a relationship, and the relationship was broken. And she said, "Look, I'm done with the guy, but when he comes into town, he calls me. I always get back together with him. Why am I still getting together with this guy when I know I'm done with him? Let's find out." And how fun this thing is. It turns out, because her mother taught her, it is impolite not to return phone calls. So the phone, he left a message, it would be impolite for her not to return it, she had to return it. So we brought a conscience, cleared it, and then checked with her a couple weeks later, and she's so excited. I didn't return 3 phone calls. Shifted her physiology.
Sometimes I don't feel like it's that thing you just said that automatically you will know. Sometimes I felt like, stuck. I do feel like stuck a lot, like at work now that I've been at the same job for 3 years, and sometimes it's hard to find challenges.
For example, like the very first lady that I worked with, she was date raped. And I didn't know about it, but I do muscle testing, also known as kinesiology. And whenever I touched her leg, her arm went weak. And I asked her, well, what happened? And she broke down and told me that, you know, that's where he grabbed me. And I go, what do you mean? And then she told me that she was date raped. So this is probably a more traumatic situation. So these traumas are extreme as a date rape, a molestation, PTSD from the war or from anything else that's going on in your life.
It was just like a weight on my heart. And when you're told that when you're 12 years old and you can't fix it, not only do you feel horrible, you feel like you're not good enough person to keep my mother well. So it just devastated me, every time.
Why am I here for? That is definitely a question mark for me still, even though I do enjoy what I do. But since I do feel stuck a lot because of the repetitive thing I do every single day.
And I was just baffled, and I knew in that moment that my calling was to spread this message to the young generation. Because why do we have to wait 20 to 30 years of a miserable life to start living a life we love and start doing incredible things? Why are we wasting that time?
For example, look, remember Romeo and Juliet? Montagues and Capulets hated each other. Why, we don't know. Maybe the Montagues, did a bad deal, stole some chickens from the Capulets, and from ever then, for generations, they hated each other, and then the whole Romeo and Juliet story came to be. It could be generational. That's why I had to ask you, is it this lifetime? If it was a past lifetime, we'd go into how many lifetimes back it was. So thank you, it was this lifetime. So look, this kind of work that opens up your spirituality, your consciousness to amazing healing stories. You know, I worked over the phone because I can do this technology over the phone with a friend of mine who I met at a book writing seminar, and she told me that every time she walks in the supermarket or exit the supermarket and that little buzzer goes off whenever like someone is about to shoplift, it really causes a lot of anxiety in her system, and she doesn't understand why. So we did a session over the phone, and what happened was when she was in her mommy's womb, the doctors put one of those baby monitors on that kept beeping all the time. So it, of course, recorded her heart rate, and so ever before she was born, that's what happened. So we found out what the issue was, we acknowledged it, we cleared it, and she doesn't have any more anxiety when she goes shopping and that little beeper goes off. Okay, so here's one I'll get to you. So say, I want to have children.
I want to have children.
I don't want to have children now.
I want to have children now.
Okay, good. Other side. I want to have children.
I want to have children.
I want to have children now.
I want to have children now.
Okay, let's go with I'm young enough to have children.
I'm young enough to have children.
Okay, yeah. So let's do that. Okay, so I'm young enough to have children. So
I'm young enough to have children.
okay, so to the back. Good. Forward. Right there. And up. Eyes open. Good. Okay. Let me know if you feel anything shifting. Okay. So I'm young enough to have the children.
I'm young enough to have children.
Good. Other side. I'm young enough to have children.
I'm young enough to have children.
Yeah. So both sides. I have to check both sides. Right there. And up. I'm young enough to have children.
I'm young enough to have children.
Fantastic.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. Simple enough.
Yeah. I didn't necessarily feel a difference. I think I was also nervous starting out, but
Yeah. No,
I do feel calmer.
Right.
So.
I want to have a natural childbirth.
I want to have a natural childbirth.
Okay, so that'll save you guys thousands of dollars.
That would be wonderful.
I won't be invited back here.
That would be awesome.
Okay. I want to have a natural childbirth. Okay. So can you get at it?
Okay.
Okay, so that's the mix. So that's like the meditation I gotta do.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess I would say with my capable of having a natural childbirth, which is the same as I want to. I don't know.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, we'll
Check
ask that one
Okay.
after. Okay, so I want to have a natural childbirth. Breath in and out.
To be able to use myself as a vessel and an example of what is possible when you really dedicate 6 weeks of your life to becoming the highest version of yourself.
Good. This side. I want to have a natural childbirth. Okay. So you go with your eyes open.
Okay, I want to have a natural childbirth.
Your eyes closed. Okay, and this side with your eyes open. Eyes closed. Good. I'm capable of having a natural childbirth. Okay.
I'm capable of having a natural childbirth.
Good. That's solid.
Yeah.
This way. Okay. Let's check. And then in like a private session, I'll do a little bit more with you. We would actually ask you like 10 different ways of this statement.
Right.
So, is it honoring for me to have it? Is it good for me to have it? Is it safe? Let me check the safety one.
Yeah.
Is it safe for me to have it? Would
Am
I?
I healthy
Right.
enough to have it? Yeah.
Right. So,
Those are.
so we would actually do at least like a dozen different statements about this topic to really make sure we clear all of it out. So, I'm healthy enough to have.
I'm healthy enough to have a natural child.
That's fine.
I'm healthy enough to have a natural child.
Okay. It is safe for me to have a natural child.
It is safe for me to have a natural child.
No, it's not. It is safe.
It is safe for me to have a natural child.
A little shaky.
Resistance,
A little
yeah.
shaky.
Yeah.
Okay, take it back in. You know, nice open. You know. Good. Hold on. It is.
It is safe for me to have a natural childbirth.
All right. Ta-da. Okay.
I'm like, that's cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, look at the crowd.
Because I didn't
How's
know
she look?
how would that would be different.
Your eyes look better.
Beautiful.
No.
Is that what I'm supposed to say?
No.
No.
Yeah, trust her. That is what you're supposed to say.
Ask her how she feels about me.
Okay. All right, Dan. Okay, think back about that. He said it.
We might be soulmates. It's been a rough ride.
Yeah, it's a breathing.
I knew it.
The emotional trauma release technique is a quick technique that really helps neutralize the charge associated with your trauma.
And I think this is a great idea. I think it's a great treatment. It's a great path for people who are suffering, and any contribution that anyone could make to get this treatment out there and more into the public, it would be a wonderful thing.
So how's your bronchitis going?
Oh, well, it's still hanging in there and hoping it'll get better soon.
Okay, well it will. And with the work we do now, we'll see how the work we do impacts your healing.
Oh, well, that's an added benefit.
It is. There's so many added benefits for the work that we do here.
That's
Just
great.
just magical in its own kind of way.
That's great.
All right. So let's check you. Let's get going. Did you drink some water when you first came in?
I did drink water.
Okay. I'll see if you drank enough water. And is your cell phone on you or off your body?
It's off my body.
Good. And hold this arm up, and that's weak. So guess what you get to do?
What do I get to do?
You get to drink some more water because you're
Drink
dehydrated.
more water for.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, come on up. You can drink some more water. We're generally 75% water. And if anyone knows about Dr. Emoto and his work on the properties of water and how water carries energies, if we're going to clear energy out of your system, we need to make sure that the carrier wave is present. And that carrier wave is hydration. It's good, clean water. Whenever I work on all my patients, especially when I want to do energy work to this level, they have to be hydrated because it's just not going to work without it. I find that hydration is even more important in some regards than a musculoskeletal adjustment. Even though I usually want to have someone aligned before I do this technique, but it's not imperative. I was able to do this technique over the phone, so they don't have to really be in the room, but they do have to be open and receptive and be hydrated. That should be enough.
Is that enough? Okay.
We'll find out. If you need more, I'll give it back to you.
All right.
Okay, let me have you lie face up. Okay, great. Hold this arm up and hold. Hold stronger. Okay, and hold this arm up. Okay, hold stronger. So this one's got stronger. This muscle got stronger. You can actually hold against me.
Mm-hmm.
Before you couldn't. They were both weak. See how this one's still weak?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let me have you turn around, lie face down. I'm going to do an adjustment on you, more of a structural adjustment, and then turn you back over and do the emotional trauma. So now, with this procedure, we're going to start the emotional trauma release technique. I am going to have Cindy think about her mother's passing, and I expect her strong muscle to go weak, and I'm going to then find out the reflexes in her body that needs to be reset, and we're going to have to do this as many times as it takes until she can think about her mother's passing and it doesn't cause her muscle to go weak, her muscle test to go weak. A lot of people do meditation. A lot of people go to the beach for serenity, for calmness and internal calmness. However, I don't believe that that's enough. Just thinking calm isn't the same as being calm. So this technique really helps you be calm without having to go to your happy place. Whatever starts happening, I'm going to stand with you and I'm going to be with you through the entire process
Okay.
of releasing all that stuff that you've experienced.
Okay.
Okay, good. Okay, and hold. Okay, good. And breathe. Good. Excellent. Keep breathing. Okay, so on a scale from 0 to 10, whenever you think about your mom's passing, put a number, like if you would like, so close your eyes and check how you're feeling. And then I guess an anxiety level from 0 to 10, anxiety and depression. Give me a number.
It's different at different times, but it
Go ahead.
up to 10.
Could be up to 10.
Yeah.
Okay. How is it now whenever I'm working with you and I'm asking you to go there in your mind's eye?
Right now, maybe a 9.
About a 9.
Yeah.
Okay. And let me also ask you, your mom passed away and your dad says don't cry and don't tell anybody. How do you feel about that?
Terrible.
Okay.
Angry.
Okay.
Upset,
Upset, angry. Any rage there to dad?
yeah. Oh yeah, a lot of rage.
Okay. So I believe that rage is inside you and you've stored it because you weren't about to go and be truthful to yourself and say, no, Dad, I'm going to cry for my mom, and no, Dad, I'm going to talk to my friends. Because that would be honoring and nurturing to what you needed at that time.
Yeah.
So like a lot of times in the world, people are injured and they stuff their emotions, like you did, because they weren't given the opportunity from a parent, from a loved one, to be truthful, to be in integrity to yourself.
Yes.
You needed to cry back then.
Yeah.
Good. In. Yeah. Eyes open. Yeah. Good. Focus on them up. Good. Think about the twins. Very nice. Good. Other side.
Felt that.
You felt it?
Yeah.
But what did you feel?
I felt a shift, I felt a shift in energy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt it like on the exhale, I could feel it. I could feel it. Yeah, going. Yeah.
Okay. Well
Very
done.
cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. I love this stuff.
Okay.
Thanks for writing this, Ryan.
Yeah, I just didn't know I would be, I hate men, and, my kids are driving me crazy, but effort to
Cancel.
And so I want to create a space here that you can do some if you need to.
Okay.
You feel safe enough that I'm going to be with you. I'm not going to leave you. But I want to help release some of this that you've been holding on to over 40 years of this, ever since it happened till today, you've been still holding on to it.
Okay.
Okay? So here we go. Hold. Push against my hand. And that's very weak. Okay, so the reason it's really weak because we're talking about a heart-centered issue, and your heart chakra needs to get reset. And that's okay. I'm gonna tap your heart chakra. Take a breath in and out. And again. And out. Good. And close your eyes and think, and breathing in. Great. And hold strong. Much better. Okay, good. Okay, so let's start off with thinking about your mom's passing. Okay, so it tends to go weak. Let's see. 5, 6, 8, 7. UH7.
This is amazing.
So something, some issue with Tilly, it just be triggered. Something happened to H7. Shall we go on? Or should we...
Let's go on.
Okay. So, pushing up H7. A relation to someone, what's a love? Someone who you loved at H7? Someone who loved you at H7? Someone who loved you at H7? A male who... You can stop me if you think you have an answer.
I think I have an answer.
Okay, you want to think about it? Or you want to verbalize it?
Well, I can verbalize.
Okay.
7 years old was when my parents got divorced.
Okay, and I can work with you. Think about that. Yeah, there it is. And H7, now, your youngest is how old now?
My youngest is
Right,
15 months.
15 months.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do that, shall we? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
This is amazing.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so think about your mom's passing. Okay, take a breath in and out. Okay, great. Okay, think about your mom's passing and hold. Breathe. Always keep breathing. Drop this arm down, which means tired. Let's go to this arm. Okay, think about your mom's passing. Okay, and take a breath in and out. And again, and out. And open your eyes and breathe in. Good. So we're starting to unwind that. Let me go a little deeper in before I explain to you what I'm finding. And push against my hand. Okay, take a breath in. And out. What I just did is
I felt a shift too when you're doing that.
okay.
So, yeah.
So whenever I first started, I had her drink water and check 4 main reflexes. So one is her polarity point, the yin tang point. Second was dehydration point or hydration point. The third is a self-communication point. Is your body talking to itself? And it was, but now it was like so traumatic that the body disconnected from talking to itself. So that's why then I check it, then you reset it by tapping the heart chakra. Okay, this is pretty big for you. Take a breath in and out. And breath in and out. And breath in and out. Okay, keep your eyes closed. Push against my hand. That's better. Okay, let's go to the other arm. Keep your eyes closed. In a private session, I could have pulled the chart out and find out what the actual emotion, emotional energy.
Well, I've already started to change my thinking, and I can already see a difference, and I'm amazed just by thinking a little bit positively how things manifest better for you. But like I say, when you're in that dark place, you can't do it.
Something that happened, something that I perceived as an emotional trauma as a child has impacted the way I feel emotionally about my daughter, or there's a blockage somewhere.
Emotions are frequencies. So we'll see what is that thing, and we could have gone deeper.
Yeah.
Or just lyric. Or just we have enough information to help the body clear it, and now you felt the shift.
Yeah.
No.
Very cool.
Okay. So here's what's cool. I'm not forgetting to do this. Look at the cup. How does she look to you now versus when she started with it?
Yeah.
She has better color. Her eyes are
I was gonna
brighter.
say she looks a little brighter.
Yeah.
Okay.
She looks more youthful.
Okay, maybe we'll look at it in the video. You look more youthful. We took some inefficient emotions, some patterns out of your system. Your body's now working more efficiently than it was before. Thank you for being
Right,
courageous.
that's right.